Open my squishy. They can leave it on the screen.
All right, here we go. We are looking live here in West Liberty, Me Acapulco Restaurant, where Stephen McKenzie has joined the crowd. Steve McKenzie joining Full Court Press. For 3 years, Stephen, this has kind of been in the making, and we finally get it done tonight.
But there's a birthday.
Yeah, that was perfect timing.
When you invited me here, I thought this was the first show you'd ever had. And you've been doing this 3 years. I think this is the first time I've seen you do this show.
Well,
Are you serious?
that's because you're not tuning in on time.
Does the restaurant know that you're doing this here?
They do. I give wonderful reviews of Me Acapulco Restaurant. You should know that because I tell you to watch, but you don't watch. So here we go. Now you come on the show, and the first thing out of the gate, you want to argue with me over.
I wasn't arguing. I'm just saying I just wasn't aware. I thought I was the very first guest of your very first show. I thought I was special.
No, not
Speaking
that.
of special, the West Liberty special here.
Okay,
It's-
let's talk about
great.
that. I told
Great.
Perfecto the West Liberty
Yes,
special
West
here
Liberty
in the
special always was my favorite here, with or without cheese. It's good with cheese, it's good without the cheese sauce.
So that's your go-to here
That's
at
my
the restaurant.
go-to, and the buffalo wings here. Buffalo wings are top notch. Love the Mexican buffalo wings.
You can't beat that. What's up, Mike? So we've got a great crowd out here tonight. We've got Rick Barker joining us tonight. He's going to be our sideline reporter. All right. I've never had a sideline reporter for a sports talk show before, but it's going to happen tonight.
Hey, I love them. Thank you, Chris, for doing it for me.
Yeah. Also, let me give a shout out to Rick. Cougar basketball starts on Monday night, December 1st, against the 17th ranked Lawrence County Bulldogs. One of the better teams to come into West Liberty in a long time. We're going to open up the season. We're the defending 15th region champions, loaded with talent, preseason number 17, Coordinations Elite. And if you want to listen to that game, tell everybody it's on Total Media Sports, correct?
Yeah, Total Media Sports is taking over Cool Hits. So you can get the app, you can download the app, Total Media, and do just like you've done with Cool Hits. You go to other stations, and then you'll find Morgan versus Lawrence there. Or you go straight to YouTube, that's the easiest. Total Media Group, Morgan County versus Lawrence County, and you can listen to it. And if you are listening to it by radio, you can also pick it up on 102.9, and you can also pick it up on 106.1 WMOR Moorhead as well. So you've got 3 options there.
I've got to get my interview skills ready and,
There you
and
go.
dust
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the pregame that I usually do for
We
you.
need you to take care of pregame.
Yeah, I'll do that for you. So, Rick, great to have you tonight. And we're going to try to interact with as many guests as we have here. We may even have a little giveaway. I've got a UK St. Clair jar opener that somebody might win tonight.
You had a bunch of them last year. You didn't give them all away?
I didn't give them all away. No, we have to. I think it's be Walker Grayson here to give away all the stuff for the half-court shots that he was doing the other night. But first of all, let's thank Me Acapulco Restaurant here in West Liberty. Perfecto and all the people here have been absolutely wonderful in the 3rd season that we've done this. So appreciate all of you guys here at Me Acapulco Restaurant. And also our sponsors, Rick. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start first with our new sponsor this year, Ison Insurance Agency. They've been in business in West Liberty for 50 years. They are an independent insurance agency, meaning they can quote your insurance with several companies, not just one. Whether it's cars, trucks, ATVs, or RVs, or boats, to farms, homes, and all businesses, and everything in between. They even sell affordable life insurance. All of their agents are licensed and local. They are a very community-oriented, enjoy supporting the Cougars. Ison's Insurance Agency.
Love Ison Insurance. It's a fantastic place. We've done business with Ison over the years many times. Jenny, great people. And, one of my underrated hometown businesses that you do insurance with. If you get insurance in a different spot, like on one of the big companies that you see advertising on TV, you don't get the personal service that you do at Ison's.
4-star endorsement by Stephen McKenzie. Rick, what do you got?
Vicky Oldfield, Paragon Partners Real Estate. Need help buying or selling a home? Be sure to call Vicky Pelfrey Oldfield, a lifelong resident of Eastern Kentucky. She knows the market and is always available to take your calls or texts. She takes pride in making sure her clients are given the respect and attention needed to help them with one of their life's most important decisions. Look her up on Facebook or call 606-477-0836. And Vicky's also Paragon Realty, a sponsor of mine on Total Media.
She's always there, former principal of Warren County High School, former tennis great for MCHS girls tennis, the first to go to the state tournament for the tennis program.
Also, she's helped us with some recent real estate transactions. She's fantastic.
Another 4-star endorsement by Stephen McKenzie.
4 out of 4.
4 out of 4.
Yes.
Bank of the Mountains, as the area's only family-owned bank, Bank of the Mountains is proud to be your local bank for more than 50 years. We reinvest local dollars to help the communities we serve grow stronger. Our commitment to putting you and the communities we serve first. Stop at our offices today or visit online at botm.bank, member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender. Business hours are what, Rick?
Banker's hours.
Banker, it's what we say, Stephen, banker's hours. You know the drill. Also visit the Index and Ezel locations, and just a tremendous, another 4-star rating.
4-star Jerry Hopkins works there. I always love talking to Jerry about football and stuff. Got to know Jerry a little more when heard in the past.
Rick, what do you got?
Commercial Bank, from opening your first savings account to purchasing your dream home. Commercial Bank is with you every step of the way, proudly serving our friends and neighbors in West Liberty for over 100 years. Commercial Bank, where friendliness prevails, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Also a commercial, they do spots for Cougar basketball as well.
Absolutely. Another 4-star rating?
4-star, obviously, Howard Elam. One of the best defensive basketball players I've ever played against. If he could
Let's talk about
foul
that a
you,
moment.
he would foul you. So, yeah.
Nobody fouled anybody
No.
any harder
Used to play basketball.
when you go down the paint than
No,
Howard
you didn't get that
Elam.
ball in the hole. with
You're
Howard.
not scoring away.
You're not scoring on Howard Elam.
Nobody scores on Howard Elam. We used to call it getting Howardized.
That's right.
You go down the paint, you going for a layup, he's putting you in the
How
wall.
many great stories do we have from playing open basketball?
We could talk for an hour and a half about Sunday, Thursday basketball at the community center.
Yes.
Yeah, another great one here and a future guest of the show, Dr. David Fugit, West Liberty Veterinary Clinic. West Liberty Veterinary Clinic has been serving the hills of East Kentucky since 1963. We're pleased to accept small animal walk-in appointments or call anytime to schedule small animal surgeries or appointments for large animals. We look forward to serving our community by helping your furry family members. That's a mouthful right there. 743-3776 or visit westlibertyvetclinic.com. My dogs Millie and Paisley love going there. Love it.
There's not a better person more than Kennedy. They Fugit. Dave Fugit. I'm convinced of that. And you know what? When we had our Real Talk Live show, we put Dave on, our numbers like triple automatically, didn't they?
Yeah, well, also the local sports book has David Fugit as a 5-2 favorite as next year's Citizen of the Year. He should be Citizen of the Year, July 4th. I mean, you know, he's right up there.
That's so political.
No, it's not.
That is super political. get that award. I don't know.
Because you never got it.
I never got it.
You
No,
never got
I
it,
never
so
got
you're
it.
mad.
I lived on Main Street.
But you never got that award. And you're mad because everybody else gets
I
it. You
didn't
didn't.
say, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm not mad, I'm just like,
Well, I think he should be.
by the way,
suspended.
I watch a lot of hoof repair videos now. And I think I could go to work for Dr. Fury as a cow hoof repair, because I've watched so many of those videos.
There's a lot of jobs.
Salicylic acid.
There's a lot of jobs that you can do. Okay. But there's some jobs you can't do, because I know you really well. You know, you're not very good as a driver. He's not going to be an Uber driver. You don't know where you're going. That, and also, you're not going to put that on a horse's foot.
You don't know. You don't know anything about that.
Well, you know, if you're driving around, we're very lucky that you did not visit this place.
My defects.
Let me get this.
That's what it's all about.
We're very lucky that Stephen McKenzie did not go to UK St. Clair for his juvenile unawareness of where he's driving. UK St. Clair is proud to be expanding access to healthcare in northeastern Kentucky with new services like endocrinology, plastic and reconstructive surgery, and orthopedic spine care. UK St. Clair is putting the community's health, well-being first. Advanced medicine, trusted care, UK St. Clair, 4-star rating.
4-star, yes, they helped my family out. And recently.
Welcome to the show, guys. Stephen McKenzie, former resident of West Liberty, now residing in Richmond, Kentucky. Man, we got a lot to talk about. Welcome,
Land of
man.
Boone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Go Big E. It's going great. You know, I love coming back to this place, and it's because of the people. And you know, I love my new hometown, Richmond. We love living there, close to our children and grandchildren. Obviously, all those folks live in Faith County, but you always love to come back here and see your friends. You know, and just seeing you and all my friends back there.
Sporting the Eastern Kentucky University Colonels, season ticket holder for the Colonels. Had a little bit of a down year, Stephen.
Yeah,
What's up with that?
we had a rough year. Transfer portal is brutal to FCS programs. That's what Eastern's into, FCS. FBS programs just flow more money out there and they can get whoever they want. So it's really hard to keep players year after year. If you've got one that excels, they're going to be good. They're going to go to the portal. So it's tough. But I love going to Roy Kidd Stadium on Saturday afternoon and have friends there in the box with me, and hopefully George Bellamy and I used to go to all the games. In the box. In the box. We're in the box. Yes, in the box. But
Yeah, take some right there.
well, you know.
He's speechless.
Yeah, I'm speechless. You threw me there. I was going to say something else about my friend George Bellamy, who
Talk about Coach Bellamy.
Coach Bellamy and I were sick. He's had some health issues recently, and hopefully we can get him back up to Richmond and West Virginia. So,
Well, hopefully we'll get him back on this show because he's somebody I want to target. He feels like it to come on the show because he has so many stories to tell. And when we did the George Bellamy night a couple of years ago, and we were on the radio, Rick over here at halftime, pregame, postgame, it was just phenomenal hearing the stories about Morgan County basketball. And we've got that to get to. But you know what I wanted to do? I've done this is my 3rd season. I've always wanted to do a show where I flip it. You're the host. This is a Real Talk Live, just like we used to kick it on Instagram back in COVID days when nobody was allowed around each other. And that was so much fun. And we said we could do this even if we had nobody watching.
oh yeah.
And there were times we had one person, if it was Racing Honda. Remember her? She was in Racing Honda.
That's so funny. That episode. But you know, you mentioned when things shut down, nobody got to see anybody or talk to anyone anymore. Everybody's working from home and things like that, and people need to see people's faces and be with people live. So when we started this little show, because everybody loved to hear us argue, you know, right? We just had to
do best.
Yes, we do that best. I think when you're good friends like we are, it's much easier to do. But anyway, yeah, we did a talk live show. And things opened up. We haven't done it as much recently, but
Well, take over. For the people watching, you know, we got anybody interacting a little bit. I see we've got some viewers on there. Kind of flip the script a little bit. Take it over, man. Let's get into what people really want to hear us talk about. Cheers, booze, underrated, overrated, and then a variety of topics from local topics, national topics, whatever, sports related, non-sports related, and just stupid related. Let's go ahead and start.
well, welcome to Full Court Press Live with Steve Rick. The show graphic brought to you by Jamie Wilson Draws. My future son-in-law, Jamie Wilson, does a great job there. Jamie Wilson Draws. I haven't told you anything about this yet. So when I was preparing for the show, I reached out to some people that want some contacts. And you'll never believe who may be calling into the show as a special guest. I've got my phone ready in case, and if this happens, we're going to bring you on. I want to talk to this person. Joe Burrow.
All right, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow
Good.
possibly could.
Because he may play tomorrow night.
He might play tomorrow night. We'll ask him about his injury and we'll get that fantasy outlook on how many touchdown passes he might throw. So just stay tuned.
Well,
Stay tuned. We may have a special guest, maybe not.
If Joe Burrow calls in and gets on the show, are you going to ask him about what people are saying about him now, calling him Toe Burrow?
Well, that's a good nickname. I could call him that. I think
Would you be
I don't think
offended?
he would be offended. No, knowing our relationship, as it is right now.
And you guys got to know each other in the Cincinnati area?
Maybe.
Okay. Boy, it's been quiet.
Well, the birthday crowd.
This place just
When
this meat Acapulco restaurant.
you started the show, they all were cheering and stuff like that. I was like, well, this is great. But it was a birthday back there, so.
We've got some strange looks on you. What are we talking about right now? All right, skip Joe Burrow.
So, Trustee, I want to mention also one of the things that we always did is try to educate the public on
That's what we do.
vocabulary, new vocabulary, things that the way things should be. Pickled cucumbers is how we should be referring to cucumbers that are in a vinegar brine and stored like that. Now, pickling is a process. It's not a thing. A pickle is not necessarily a thing. So pickled cucumbers is the way we should refer to them. And honestly, Trustee, I've heard that a
I've
lot
never heard a
since I
single
started
person
this.
say,
I'm
"I
not
want
saying we
pickled
started this
cucumbers."
movement, but pickled cucumbers, I've heard that on cooking shows before.
Does anybody out there say pickled cucumbers? when
They
ask
should.
for
I'm saying
cucumbers?
they should.
See the hands, nobody.
There's nobody here. There's one.
One.
My mom.
There's your first great moment of the night right there. Got one vote from Mom.
One vote for mom.
Yeah.
All right. Trustee, how about basketball? Are we doing that?
Yeah, we can.
Well, what's up with the Morgan County basketball team? I mean, I know you have a special connection. Do
Yeah.
you have a player that you're connected to?
I do have a player, Trustee.
Parker.
Yeah.
That's right. Your son plays basketball.
That's right. He plays
That's right.
basketball.
Tell us
So,
about the season when it starts. Have you been playing basketball?
I have not. I'm injured from the last 5K
I
run.
mean you. I meant
Yeah,
your
I can't
team,
do
Morgan
it.
County team. I didn't mean you. I don't. Who cares about you playing basketball? How about Parker's team?
They open up Monday night against the 17th ranked Lawrence County.
Oh, you just
Bulldogs.
said that. Yeah, I
Just
wasn't
said it.
listening.
They did win their two scrimmages. They beat Mason County really bad, 25-30 points. Menifee County, just two teams that are overmatched. Probably not the greatest of looks in the scrimmages, but graduation was hit hard by both of those schools, and we return our top four scorers, and they had a really good summer. They got a really good group. I think they've got some depth. They can all shoot the basketball. They can all defend. They got a challenge on Monday night. Hayden Harris, Hayden Perry, Hayden Muncie. They've got some kids at Lawrence County that can really play. So, but it's going to be a tough one. But you asked about Morgan County.
That's about enough.
Three
That's
games
all I
next
wanted to
week.
know.
Okay.
3 games next week. Let me ask you, you mentioned Lawrence County. Lawrence County, one of the Mount Rushmore of Morgan County rivals in athletics.
No.
No, Lawrence County?
No.
But we played them in tennis, in golf, in basketball, in football. They're in the same district we are, I guess, in football.
They wanted us out of the region in tennis because we kept winning it.
That's
So they
true.
wanted us-
That's true. Baseball, it just seems like we play Lawrence County in everything.
We border Lawrence County. A lot of people don't realize it takes an hour and 15 minutes to get there, and we border the county. 172.
It
takes
seems like every sport we play them though.
Not. We just started playing them in basketball the last couple of years. Always as the lid lifter season opener. Tough place to play, by the way.
Well, we used to play them back, I guess what I meant by that is, if you take the whole 50 years, I mean, we used to play Lawrence County and everything back when I was in high school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've played Lawrence County a long time, and I hate the transitioning over or changing the subject, but I hate to see Carter County consolidation. I just hate to see that as a fan, because I just remember all the great games with West Carter and then with East Carter, and then now that they're gonna combine, they're gonna be this huge, massive school. And it's just not gonna be
Well,
the same.
Stephen, that would be all fine and dandy to take the words out of Randy Wood's mouth to Bob Martin, but they're not gonna consolidate right now, I don't think. That's,
Oh, really?
That's years down the road, so you.
I thought
you
it was
didn't
like a
do
done
the-
deal. They're
you
building a
didn't-
new school and
Well,
stuff.
they've talked about it, and there's some pushback, I don't know if they're going to do
Okay,
it.
so you say there's a chance?
There's a chance they may not consolidate.
Okay.
Do you remember that moment at Dairy Cheer when Bob was talking about Russell and the nose guard, and then Randy said we
Oh, yeah, I love that.
didn't even play
Didn't
nose
go
guard?
that. Bob, that'd be great, but we didn't have a nose guard.
That was your
Didn't have
moment.
a
That was your
nose
Bob
guard.
Martin
I love
moment.
that. That was so much fun. Yeah, that was fun.
I'm ready for Cheers and Booze.
All right, Cheers and Booze, are they sponsored by anybody? You want to throw something out, or you just want to go into it?
Yeah, we're sponsored. Let's sponsor these segments. It's going to be
Let's do
the
it.
Ison's Insurance Agency, Bank of the Mountains, and West Liberty Veterinary Clinic.
They're
Sponsoring our
this.
Cheers and Booze
Okay,
segment.
all right. I've got a boot, Trustee, I want to go first.
All right, you do it.
Driving the speed limit in the left lane of the interstate. And why would I come up with this as my boo, considering the person that's sitting to my left? Why would I say that?
Well, a lot of times when I go to pass people on the interstate, I get in the left lane to do so.
Okay, that's what you're supposed to do.
So when I'm going down the interstate, once I get in the left lane, I'm good at a good speed that I don't think anybody's going to pass me in the median. So if they really want to hump it and get out there at 90 miles an hour, then they need to do it in the right lane, because I'm really comfortable in the left lane.
You know, it's dangerous to pass on the right side of someone like that.
Well-
It's called a passing lane. You're
Well,
supposed to go to
it
the far
happens.
left lane, especially on, do you drive that way, like on Interstate 75 and
Yeah.
64 stuff?
Yes, people in the background saying yes. Does anybody drive in the left lane on the interstate?
So what are you trying to do? What's the point you're trying to prove there? You just don't want to move over? You
No,
don't
I'll
care
be,
about your fellow motorists?
I'll be honest, I'm not joking around when I say this. I really forget to get back into the right lane.
I'll take that.
I forget, I just do, and I'm just gonna own it.
You know,
And-
there's a new term for that, those people that drive in the left lane.
What's that?
The pass holder.
The pass holes?
Yes.
Yes.
They drive in the left lane and they drive the speed limit, so if you're coming up behind, you've got to get over in the middle lane to pass, which is more
You
dangerous.
don't become those people.
Don't be a passenger.
Well, to piggyback off of your boo,
Yes.
I've got a local boo. This has to do with West Liberty. It has to do with this intersection right out here. All right, I've got a pet peeve of mine because I've nearly been T-boned 50 times with this. I want people
So
to
you're
watch
talking
it.
about specifically for those who may be not familiar with West Liberty.
So people, if you're not familiar with this intersection in Acapulco, 191, 460, Main Street. Okay, dear people turning left, if you're coming from the board office from Liberty Roadside and you're wanting to turn left to go to town, please stop turning in front of the people that have the right of way that are turning right from 191 out. It happens every day. And there's two things that happen here, Stephen, that gets under my skin. The people turning left just dart out and go, and it's not their turn. And then you've got some people that will sit there knowing they've got the right of way, but they let the people turn. No, you go on. Go.
Shouldn't people be nice and let you
No,
go?
it's not about being nice, it's about being transportation responsive. So don't be that dude or person that turns left in front of the
You
people.
have to follow the rule, traffic rules.
Happens
You
every
have to
day
follow traffic
in
rules.
this
That's
city.
the safest way to drive is following the traffic rules. And the traffic rule is if you're turning right, you have to run away.
I
If you're
mean,
turning left,
there's,
you don't.
there's people here at the restaurant that can attest to this. I'm that guy that, if I've got the right of way, you cut in front of me, my hands are probably gonna go up in the air.
Well,
I get mad because it's like, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, if I'm turning right, you're turning right.
road rage is not good either, trust me. You can't be mad, upset. Road rage is not the way to handle something like that.
But that's not, you don't understand, Stephen. People do this every day here. If these people go out here and they want to turn right, they're going to turn right, somebody's going to cut in front of them and cause a crash.
The right people that are turning right, coming from the high school, that they should just go ahead and turn without regard to who's,
We've created a problem.
well,
But you know, both sides is green. You know that?
Right, but what's the right of way?
Right,
The
even
the
if
one
both
turning
sides-
right.
It
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
The only time you turn left in front is if you have the green arrow
Right.
on your.
That's true, the green arrow usually trumps everything, and you can go ahead and turn. Now, you know what would fix all this problem?
What's that?
A roundabout.
Okay, let's talk about the new construction and how we
roundabout.
got this to be.
Yes, so, I love roundabouts, trustee. There's some roundabouts, there's one next to LCA, you know, behind Fayette Mall there, that's a nice one.
It
There's
is.
a lot of roundabouts east of Nicholasville on road, I don't know what it's 26, or I don't know what it is. But it's
Okay.
east of Nicholasville, there's 2 or 3 great ones, and they work fantastic. But I don't understand, why people are so afraid of roundabouts. Like, people hate the roundabout at, Cameron Lake, right?
Because
They're
people,
farmers.
treat that roundabout as a four-way stop, and it's not.
It's not.
Get in
no.
there and go.
No.
Just get and go.
You have to yield to somebody coming around,
Right.
and then you just slip right in there to the right, and you just stay on that lane until you have to turn.
So we talked about, and we had the people of West Liberty really, you know, like, so we talked about it on the show. that time.
We had a map,
We had
all
a map.
fixed up, yes. We submitted it, and,
Can you imagine the train wreck we would have if we had a roundabout really put in right here? And absolutely, it'd be carnage.
the mayor at the time contacted Jackson Highway Department, State Highway Department, Jackson.
So as a compromise, instead of getting a roundabout, we get the turn lane right here at Meat Acapulco Restaurant to the
That's the reason that they did that was because of our roundabout.
I'm pretty sure that the reason they got this is because we talked about it on Real Talk Live. They brought it up and said, these guys are right. And they have onto something here. And they're like, we need to create a turn lane.
Rick,
to
you
go
like
to high school.
roundabouts?
Do I like roundabouts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Me too, I love roundabouts.
You never
But now,
tried.
it took me a while to understand the roundabout.
There is a learning curve, but it's much better than a 4-way stop. And out here, it would work fantastic.
Well, a 4-way stop, people don't know how to use them either.
That's true.
Or a red light out.
It takes forever.
They don't.
Roundabouts are much more efficient than 4-way stops as far as getting traffic through.
Yeah, it moves quicker.
Anybody comment on Facebook Live?
Paula Elam said, oh, good Lord, I think she was talking about you.
Well, because we are,
Well, I
I
think she
don't
was
want-
talking about you flipping the bird to people.
I did not flip the bird.
You did? Well,
No, I did not do that. I just throw my hands up.
that's what.
So,
Whatever. Okay.
if you're coming from the board office, stop turning left in front of the people trying to turn right.
Mikey says the background noise is loud. I don't understand what it's
I
talking
think he's talking about the birthday.
Birthday party.
That we thought was for us.
Birthday party out there.
What's your cheer, my man?
My cheer is, okay, I'm gonna get a little serious here, regional universities.
Going serious
All
mode.
right, going serious a little bit. I love regional universities, obviously, Eastern is one, I love Eastern. Eastern, I'm a graduate of Eastern. A lot of people that live here are graduates of Morehead State or regional universities. And regional universities produce teachers, they produce nurses who are professionals. No matter what anybody says, nurses are professionals. Policemen, EMTs, firemen, regional universities produce our counselors. They may not have medical schools or engineering schools, but they prepare students to go there. So I love regional universities, and I give Morehead State a hard time, but I love Morehead State as well. The mission that Morehead State does in Eastern Kentucky is just tremendous. So we've got to prop up our regional universities, and not just the universities, the sports programs.
Absolutely.
Going to what's the gym at Morehead College?
Johnson Arena.
Johnson Arena is a fantastic place to watch basketball.
Absolutely. It's an absolute brilliant place to go. And
Right,
Kelly
it's
Wells
comfortable.
has done a great job of
Go to Morehead
the
State
look of it is
games
improved.
if you live around here. And I tell people all the time, you don't have to go to Lexington to watch good sports. You could go to Richmond and watch Eastern play. You know, I'm biased, I know, but
Hey, talk about that new arena there. Kennedy has been to a game, and the new
Yes.
arena at EKU is phenomenal.
they have remodeled it. The first thing that they addressed is they were going to keep the big wooden beams in the ceiling. So those are still there. But they have modernized it. There's chairback seats everywhere. Thing will hold 4,000, 4,500 is all, but you get everybody in there. It's a great
Which is smaller than
environment.
Greenock County.
Really?
Greenock holds more than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's not a bad seat in the place, and I got the pep band going, and it's a great place to go watch a game.
So your cheer is all regional universities,
universities, yes.
Morehead State, Eastern Kentucky.
Love regional
We're talking
universities.
Union College, Pikeville, Berea, KCU. Midway, Asbury.
They produce people that we need. They
They do
produce
produce
nurses,
people.
they produce teachers, you know? So, yeah, love Bridgeton University.
Okay, to piggyback off of that, and speaking of professional, my cheer, very rare that I do this, but I'm going to go with Kennedy, which is in attendance tonight. And the reason I'm going to go with cheer Kennedy Lauren trustees because she is a professional too, speech language pathology. She's about to graduate from grad school at
Go
Eastern
Big
Kentucky.
E, yes.
Go Big E. She loves the Colonels, and just seeing her hard work and her perseverance and everything that she has done to put herself in this position for herself, but also following in her Aunt Angie's footsteps, that she was able to create that path and guidance for Kennedy. And now that you see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm so proud of her that she has really worked hard to get where she's at, and she's going to be just a tremendous speech language pathologist, and I'm so proud of her. It's rare we went to cheers like that personal, but I wanted that to be personal because I'm really proud of the hard work she's put forth.
That's pretty deep, trustee.
It is deep.
Oh, that's deep.
We went from being
You took the show down a notch there.
Yeah,
It was a
everybody
little,
just-
little sappy, you know?
sappy.
Got some tears in my eyes after that.
Well, I was proud of that.
You should be proud of her.
You
Yeah,
should be
she's
pr-
great.
You're proud of
She's
your
fantastic.
university. My daughter goes to your university.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, Kennedy and Matt sat in my box.
My box,
Yes,
yes.
we were
My-
out of town,
my
I couldn't go,
box
so
seats.
they sit in my box.
We know who's got the big support of Eastern Kentucky
Exactly.
University. This guy right
Yes,
here.
man.
Are you
Coach
the
Ron? Coach Ron sits in there with me, you know, and he had a all conference. His son was all conference nose guard. So got to know him in the box, so he's a good dude too.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know.
Now listen, this segment is going to be brought to you by.
Wait a minute.
Brought to you by. What do you got?
Emily said, somebody tell Kent Nickel that Dad loves MSU. I don't want that out.
Where is Kent
I
Nickel?
don't want that out. I don't know if he's listening. I hope he's not. I do not want him to hear that, so don't let him know that, trustee.
Okay, because, Kent would be a wonderful person to have on this with us because we love to go back and forth with Kent. This segment, the
He's a Hoosier
under.
now.
He is a Hoosier. You know who he looks like? Kent Nickel looks like my underrated.
Who's that?
Craig Skinner, the UK volleyball coach.
Yes.
Does Kent Nickel not look like Craig Skinner?
Yes, I think they resemble.
Google it up, put the side by side.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Kent Nickel.
Well, it's the hair, the lack of hair helps with that.
The lack of hair. Yeah, you want to talk, but that wig you've got, I didn't have to say that. Hey, my hair, by the way, starting to grow out. You never noticed, by the way. Shut up, I mean. What's wrong
Oh,
with
it's so funny. You made fun of my hair for so long. Now we see what's going on here. We're gonna talk with you. What is that? What are you trying to do there?
faux hawk? I don't know really what I'm trying to do, mid-age crisis or something like that. But this segment, if I could ever get to it without being interrupted by Stephen, brought to us by UK St. Clair, Vicky Oakville, Paragon Partners Real Estate, Commercial Bank, West Liberty Vet Care. We're sponsored all of them. Bank of the Mountains, Ison's Insurance Agency. My underrated, before we get to you, the UK women's volleyball team. If you've not had a chance to watch the Kentucky volleyball team, 25-2, fresh off an SEC tournament championship last night. Lizzie Carr, Eva Hudson, those two girls, they're just incredible. And Craig Skinner, in my opinion, is the best coach at the University of Kentucky in all sports.
I don't think you've heard that before. I've heard that before, that he is the best coach at UK, and how can you argue against that? I mean, his record, his record, he's one of the best coaches ever to coach at UK. UK's got the volleyball game rolling and rolling in the NCAA tournament, looking for another national championship.
How about a little trivia?
Okay, let's do it.
Who was the team that Kentucky defeated last night in the SEC volleyball championship? Who did we beat?
Texas.
Oh, we got, what'd you say? Texas, the Longhorns, winner of the UK St. Clair jar opener, Danny and Sandy McKenzie. Congratulations. Teed that one up. They beat the Texas Longhorns last night, which was also really good. I think they were 24-2 also.
Dan's been to several games this year. He knows a lot about the team, and
Yeah, he does.
yeah. If
He drove by himself.
If you've got
to watch
25
them
or
play
30 minutes,
three
you can
times.
ask him about it sometime.
Yeah.
He will tell you everything there is to know about the
UK volleyball.
Yep.
Who's your favorite player on the volleyball team?
I would have to say DK.
Okay.
Uh,
Missing our sideline reporter, by the way. Who'd you say, BK?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, okay,
Brooklyn Delay.
Okay.
Yeah, she's really good. She really hits the ball hard.
okay.
But our libero was the outstanding player in the whole tournament.
Okay, the beer?
Well, it's libero or libero. I've heard it pronounced both ways. It just depends.
You've heard it pronounced a lot of ways. So
Yes, a lot of ways, a few ways. Yeah, yeah.
There's our sideline reporter.
All right. So
That
that's
was my underrated
That's your
tricks to
underrated?
UK volleyball. What do you got?
I got, all right. So I got Christmas lights
Oh my God.
as being, you said underrated. I've got them as overrated. That's my overrated. Christmas lights are overrated. I don't understand why we have Christmas lights.
Oh, you're just gonna go there, aren't you?
I'm going there.
Everybody
I'm
here.
going there. My opinion has not changed about this. It wastes electricity. People keep them on all night long. When who's going to drive by and see them? I mean, you know, there's no traffic around. So I just don't understand why people spend so much money. So much money on Christmas lights. I just don't understand it.
All right, so this guy right here says Christmas lights are completely overrated and you don't need to put them up at all.
He's too old.
Is that what you're saying? We've got a thumbs down. There's people with a thumbs down right there. People's like, come on, get in the Christmas spirit. Is this Ebenezer Scrooge?
I'm not saying I don't like to decorate for Christmas. I'm just saying why.
Now, your electric
why
bill
up
might go
your
up to
house-
$900.
Exactly. Have you seen some of these houses, Trusty? Their whole house is lit up. You've watched the Christmas Vacation where, Chevy Chase decorates the thing of lights, and I just don't understand people go way overboard with that.
Okay, so this is your grumpy old man, get off my lawn moment.
It's my opinion.
Your opinion. Christmas lights. Just gets under your
What's
skin.
your overrated?
Oh, well, it kind of goes polar opposite and changes the total subject. We go from one thing back to sports again, but I want to talk more about your Christmas lights and what else do you not like? Do you not like going to the Kentucky Horse Park and seeing the lights there?
That's okay. That's all right. I mean, if you've got a little drive thing that you want to drive to, people, pay a little money and they drive and they see it. Who's going to see this house if it's maybe out in the county somewhere that's decorated with lights? There's no traffic going through. Nobody's seeing it. Just
Because
unplug it.
you could just put it on Facebook and everybody will see it and comment on Facebook and then you get the
Just
same
plug it
pleasure.
in and take a picture of it and then unplug it. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why people want to.
So how many Christmas trees do you have inside your home?
2?
How many do we have? Nobody's paying
Yeah,
attention.
everybody's got multiple Christmas trees this day.
How many Christmas trees do we have in our home? 2, back there, 2. Everybody 2, 3.
That never used to
Four.
be a thing, by the way. That's
We've
changed a
got
lot.
None.
That's
None?
changed a lot.
Yeah.
I kind of like Christmas trees.
Can you say anything about our society in general that people now have to have 2 Christmas trees?
Well, I think we get into another topic and we can talk about when you actually put your Christmas stuff out to
After.
display after the
It
election.
was.
No, that's what we do.
After Thanksgiving.
After Halloween,
That's really early.
we put ours up after Halloween.
It never used to be. The old argument used to be whether or not after Thanksgiving, but now that's not even an argument. Everybody's got their Christmas stuff up for Thanksgiving.
But have you noticed
Not
that
everybody.
people that love to get it out early, when it's December 25th, it's Christmas, you've opened up presents, that stuff is being boxed up at the second that Christmas is over. December 25th at 9 o'clock at night, we've got stuff boxed up. So do you leave yours up to New Year's, or do you take it down?
Up till Stephen's birthday.
Up until Stephen's birthday, which is December 27th?
January.
January
9th.
January 9th, that's right.
That's right. All right. We got some comments here on
Okay, what we got?
Facebook Live. Emily says that she hopes that Kennedy will be her co-worker someday. That'd be great. Larry Jevedon, that was Mike's dad, right?
Yeah.
He said, "Is that Jim Caldwell?"
Jim
I
Caldwell.
wonder if he's talking about
You.
you.
You kind of
like
like
that.
Jim Caldwell is bald, but has a much larger head
Yeah.
than you've got. His head is humongous. Like Jim's head is the size of that
So is he-
speaker. It's a
That
big
guy's-
head.
That guy, you know,
He's got a lot of brain.
talk about where Jim started, where he is now. He's really done well. You know,
Yeah.
Jim's a good dude. He's fun to watch and interesting. I
Yeah,
like
but
Jim.
guys,
I
make
don't
sure
think
you
he
do
likes me much because I keep talking about the NAM and
the
the
Euro.
Euro and models and stuff. I think he thinks I'm serious.
Jim's last week of work at WKYT is this week. His
Yeah.
last weather will be December 5th, maybe?
Paula England got the trivia question correct also with Texas, by the way. So I think you should deliver her a jar.
Oh, so she said Texas also?
She said
Paul?
Texas also. You got to drop her off a jar. of
She
her.
said we'll be hooking on horns down.
And does he know anything about football? Oh, she's saying that Skinner needs to coach the football team. That's what
Skinner
she's saying.
could be the athletic director at
Yeah.
UK. I think Fred Skinner would be a tremendous athletic director at the University of Kentucky if he chooses something. He's just a wonderful
Well,
coach.
that's a stretch. I mean, I don't know him that well. How do you know? Why do you think he'd be a good athletic director?
Because he's bald.
Because he wins volleyball
He
games?
has glasses,
He's
bald, he looks smart.
He looks smart. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I'll take that.
You know what they say about those?
Mark Watson said Clark Griswold rejects your position, Steve. And he probably would.
What did you say? Clark Griswold?
Everybody called me Clark Griswold. Well, this is one way that I break from Clark Griswold. I don't talk.
Okay, that was a good topic. People like to go back and forth about when Christmas should go up, how much is too much lights. On the Christmas lights, do you like clear lights or do people like the flashing colored lights? I think there's a difference there.
Trustee, we got football season, snack season. I want to ask you.
Switch up topics, just like that.
Well, what else do you have to say?
No, go on.
What's your Mount Rushmore of snacks to have to watch football? Mount
Peanuts.
Rushmore.
Peanuts have
Those
been
four presidents
shelled,
on Mount Rushmore.
shelled peanuts, number one.
Shelled peanuts.
Shelled peanuts.
That means already pre-shelled.
It means they're in a shell.
Oh, okay.
You have to crack them.
You said shell peanuts, not shelled peanuts.
Unsalted.
Unsalted?
I'm gonna go
No
unsalted.
way. No way. No way. Pretzels. I go pretzels.
You
I like
look like a
pretzels.
pretzel
It's a snack. Yeah, I like pretzels. What else?
Pretzels,
Snacks.
peanuts.
Chips, maybe. Potato chips. They call them crisps over in England. You know
Crisps.
that? Mhm.
Do you remember when we used to get candies from Ireland on Real Talk
Tony
Live?
Morgan, yes. Give us the Irish legend, Tony Morgan.
We
Give us
got
the-
candy from Ireland.
That's right. It was great. Lots of fun. Those were fun nights. Yep, we opened the box.
What's everybody else like to snack on?
Party mix.
Chips, party mix.
Party mix,
Good
yeah.
answer.
You know, they made some party, my parents and my sister made some party mix the other day. And you know what they used to call it? Nuts, bolts, and screws. Instead of before party mix was a thing, the name of the recipe was for nuts, bolts, and screws. What's funny about that, Trustee?
I've never heard of that before in my life.
Well, now you have. It was an old recipe. It was called nuts, bolts, and screws. That's before anybody called it party mix.
Cheerios are the nuts, and the pretzels are the bolts.
Right.
I thought that was what the student sections chanted when we got a bad call. Nuts and bolts, nuts and bolts. We got screwed. I mean, that's what the student sections get all with a bad
And
call.
they should still say that.
Speaking
That
of,
should be a chant that every student section student uses.
best chance of all time. Some we can't really say publicly,
That's gotta be way up there. I love that.
but that was one of the all time.
That is a great one. That's a great one. Yeah. That's a bold.
I know them all, and they're in my head right now,
Yeah.
but I'm not saying
No,
it.
that's not a good topic
I'm
for
not
this
saying
show.
it. People's gonna be like,
Love that.
shut up, Tristan.
Oh, let's see. We got some comments coming in. My sister Amy says party mix. And,
Buffalo chicken
Buffalo
dip.
chicken dip.
There too.
And my wife Leanne comes in with buffalo chicken dip. That's a
It's good to
great.
see you all. You
that's
all have
a
a good
great,
Thanksgiving. Okay.
snack, but a great dip. And Emily says seeds.
Can't find that show.
Sunflower seeds. Amy said Ellen Motley's grandpa gave it that name, I believe.
Really?
Yes.
So that's real, like you weren't making that
No,
up.
I was not making that up. No. Why would I make up something like that? Why would you think that?
Because you're prone to do stuff like that, to make things up from time to time.
I am. Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
What else you got?
Well, let's see.
By the way, my overrated was preseason rankings. It doesn't
I
matter
love
if it's
that.
individual
I agree.
players,
I agree.
Teams.
Should not happen. Never.
preseason rankings.
So,
No.
just real quickly, since I got the mic and I'm on the show, I want to say this. FCS football, not a lot of people follow it, not a lot of media, obviously. You know, all the media, football media is NFL, covers NFL or the SEC, whatever. Preseason rankings rarely change. So week to week, teams don't fall out of so the preseason teams that these people rank end up getting the at-large bids in the playoffs.
Well,
and it happens every year, and I hate preseason rankings.
I think you look at Notre Dame, highly ranked. They lose 2 to start the season, and they're still 9th or whatever and you know, it just seems like it's by name only.
Right.
They say, well, they had good losses. Well, you still lost
you know
the
what?
game.
And you're an SEC supporter.
I am.
And that is the same thing that people say about the SEC. Is they say, well, they got a ranked win, or that's a good win. Well, why is it a good win? Well, they were in the rankings. They were like number 15. Well, why are they in number 15? Because they're in the SEC. They don't know whether they're any good.
Stephen, if Notre Dame wants to get into the mix, then you need to get into a conference instead of cherry picking Colorado State and Rutgers.
You said
whoever.
overrated was preseason rankings. You didn't say it was Notre Dame.
I'm just saying,
You're just mad at Notre Dame.
People are biased towards Notre Dame every year, and they
I
can
agree.
lose 2 games, and they'll find their way
I agree.
in,
I
and
agree
they
with
get
that.
into the playoffs.
I
and they
agree with
suck.
that. I agree with that. They're biased about Tennessee.
Maybe, but they're not going to.
They're biased about Florida. I mean, all those teams are just ranked. I just wish that FBS, those Power 4 conferences, Power 3, Power 4, whatever you said, I wish they'd just break away. There's no reason for the MAC and Conference USA to be playing in the same division as that.
There's no
agree.
reason. We can end that discussion on that note right there.
Yes.
Now,
Agree.
our main topics that we're going to discuss before we go tonight. We've got a lot of things to do, kind of a rapid fire. Stephen, you want to go first, or you want me to pick mine? I mean, if you want to go to the Sorghum Festival now or later?
I'm reading a comment from Jason Roseberry on the Facebook Live. You know, he's a very witty fellow. He said, wish we could have came to the restaurant tonight,
Right.
talking about, but the women are making dishes for tomorrow.
Dishes.
So it's always the women are making dishes.
Okay, because
Yeah,
tomorrow,
it's a very sexist comment,
Yeah.
but if you know Jason, he's just,
typical.
it's typical.
Well, one of the
He's
biggest
got a
topics.
very good sense of humor.
What is tomorrow? It's Thanksgiving, and we're going to make people mad right now, okay? Because I'm going to tell you that one of the most overrated things in the world is the turkey. I would rather have ham over turkey any day. If turkey was so good, then we would be eating turkey more than once a year. Why don't we just eat it one time a year?
If it's fixed correctly, turkey is a fantastic dish to sit. Now, you may have had some dry turkey. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not eating Thanksgiving with you. I don't think ever. But
You
turkey
probably never
is
will.
great.
So you're a fan
Why?
of turkey.
What is that? Is that a shot?
Well, you're
Okay, so I am a fan of turkey. I like turkey for Thanksgiving, but I also like ham. I think ham and turkey go well, both on the table.
I'm going ham. Ham for both Thanksgiving
Ham's
and
good.
Christmas.
Ham's
right?
good. Ham's
But
good.
what's the best side to go with it?
Okay, the best side. The best side is some type of casserole, right?
What is a
We
casserole?
traditionally we eat broccoli casserole, broccoli cheese, crackers, all kinds of stuff like that. You get soup mixes, right? Put some kind of mushroom soup in it. I don't know. And then we also fix a sweet potato casserole. We call it that. Some people call it sweet potatoes. There's other names. People
I can do sweet
sweet
potato
potato
pie.
pie. I don't know.
I can do that.
Yeah, so that's kind of where we go. Deviled eggs, shout out to deviled eggs.
How many deviled eggs can you eat at a time?
Oh man, I try to limit myself.
I go to about 7. I think 7
That's a lot.
is a really good number of deviled eggs that a person should consume on Thanksgiving Day.
So,
Over under 7.
if you say one deviled egg, does that mean it's both halves, or does that mean it's just a half of an egg? Is
It's a
one
half-
deviled egg a half an
It's a
egg?
half an egg. That's one.
Don't you think it should be like, one deviled egg should be both halves?
No,
I think it should.
because you got other stuff in there that comprise the egg to make it
Okay,
dead.
all right. You got an opinion on Thanksgiving? Because I got another topic.
Okay, what do you got?
Is chili, shouldn't we say chili soup or chili stew when we refer to chili? Because chili is, if people say, look, you want some chili? And I don't know if they're talking about chili, like chilies, chili peppers, or what. It should be chili stew or chili soup.
Chili relleno?
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
Yes, I love those, by the way. Have you ever had one?
So that's a favorite.
Stuffed with cheese, they're good stuff. I love those. Exactly, and that could be a chili. That could be chili. You want some chili?
Do you
Is
just,
it
do you
chili
call
Rihanna?
those a chili? Yes.
See? So we should say, if you're making chili, which traditionally you and I think of chili as a beef and tomato-y kind of thing with beans.
With beans. For me, I've got to have beans in it.
Right. Well, shouldn't we say chili stew or chili soup instead of just chili? I'm making chili. No, I'm making chili soup.
So he's all for chili soup. Yeah, okay. He likes the chili soup. That's a good,
See?
maybe we're overthinking things a little bit. But
All right. Hey, let me say something, Trustee. Before we got, I don't know, you end the show after 1 hour? Is that what you usually do? I've never seen it, so I don't know.
and usually an hour, but you've never seen the show before, all 11 views that I get.
I have some. But when are we locked into to 7 o'clock?
No, we can go however long we
I
want
want to tell you something serious, another good breakaway from.
Okay, here we go.
nonsense.
Be ready.
You and Perry do a fantastic job with the football broadcast. I'm not just telling you that. It's entertaining. We look forward to it every week. And you do a great job personally as play-by-play. You do fantastic. You give all the information you needed. And then Perry comes in there with the history of Ward County football. There's no doubt that he knows football, obviously. And he mentions old players and old teams, and people love that. We're all kind of narcissistic. We love to hear our names read on the air. So he does a great job of that, and it's just a very entertaining thing. And I think that you are doing a service for the football program more than you probably know.
Well, I appreciate that, Stephen. That was one of the first nice comments that you've said to me in many years. But, I got to give a hat tip to Rick Barker, who kind of got me
Yes.
into this, who's sitting over there.
Right.
And learned a lot from Rick. And, but we did have a blast covering Morgan County games for Spree TV. And Perry Allen was just
the
unbelievable.
camera angles and the cameras you've got. That's a
Okay.
great thing too.
Well, it's a big time production. I
Yeah,
mean,
it does
Mountain
sound great.
Telephone.
You have good sideline shots. If there's a goal line play or something, you have that camera down there and they switch it down there. It's like it's a college game or something.
Tim Mays, Adam Mann, Junior Lane, Tyler Atkins, those guys were on the cameras for us all year. Up top on the sidelines, they could go cut the shots, and they were pros. They're real pros. Jonathan Keaton, who was here earlier, executive producer, and he was just phenomenal. But the football was so much fun for Perry and I, and we took it serious, man. Like, we prepared Monday through Thursday,
I think you have to.
and we were as prepared as Kirk Herbstreit
Yeah.
and those guys, and it was so much fun. And for Perry to bring back and talk about the old Cougars and the things, it was just phenomenal. We genuinely had a great time, and we look forward to doing it again next year.
Perry is also, he gets emotional, he gets into the game, and that's always
Yes.
go,
Yeah.
You'll say that stuff, it's like.
And we were
I'd
at
love to hear
Paris.
that.
We were playing the Greyhounds at Paris, and Cooper Fleming's going in for a touchdown, and you hear Perry's like, go, 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 go. You're like, he was kind of like,
Paris is good.
the guy that does for UK Sports Network, Jeff Pecora.
Yeah,
Jeff
right.
kind of does that with Tom Leach a little
The
bit.
guy that does the Bengals games too. It's kind of.
Lapham.
Lapham.
I love hearing him talk.
Yeah, I do too.
The Bengals guys
I
are
want
great.
to say too, about, you had some nice comments for me on the Facebook post and prep for this show, and I appreciate that. But I was very fortunate to play football in Ward County, and all the students and the citizens of Ward County should be appreciative that Ward County still has football. It's a small place, and I know we haven't had as much success at other places, but the people who play football, they come out of playing that sport better for playing. And it serves our students, and it makes lifelong memories, lifelong friends, and I just think it's one of the best activities that you can have as a student athlete in high school. And I want to say that Polo does a good job, and I know that he loves football and he wants to win for Morgan County.
Absolutely.
I know, and his coaching staff. And it's good to have a nice facility. I wish we were still playing the Herman Field. I haven't changed my mind about that. But we have a very nice place to play in a nice field house, I'm sure. And I just want to say that I hope that Morgan County is continue to support football and everything that it means to the community on Friday night. And I don't know, I just wanted to make sure and say that, because I was very fortunate to play for a great coach, Erdman. So Bill Allen was our quarterback in the good season 1982 when we went 8-2. And the only 83 things. No, we graduated. Yes, 83. Yes, graduated in 84. We were good in 82 too. Right. But we were in 82, and the reason we didn't make the playoffs was because we had a sub-district, and only one of the three teams got to go, and Prestonsburg beat us 21-14. And I've never forgotten that. And I don't think anybody who was on that team did. But Bill's class had about 20 starters that were seniors that year. And so I think you know as well as I do, when you have a good group, you have to have a good group of upperclassmen to have a good football team. And we did that year. And I was fortunate, and there were a few of us in my grade that got to play and benefited from Bill's right arm.
He had a cannon.
He had a cannon. We had to practice with helmets. We had timing patterns, and we were throwing the ball when nobody else was in Eastern Kentucky. And that's all credit to Bruce and obviously Bill. But so Bill had cannon, and we were able to throw it. But if you remember those old games, what would we run on goal line every time? Quarterback sneak, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the tush push now.
Right.
You know, the Eagles are always, you know what's going to happen. Well, when we got the ball on the goal line, Bill just take it and run quarterback sneak behind Jerry Cantrell, and there we go. You know, but we had so many great players in that class: Kevin Collins and Robbie Hutchison, Jeff Bliffen, and Jerry Ferguson. And I'm going to stop right there because there are so many of them. I would not say a name. Al Burks. I mean, there's just all kinds of people that were in that class that made that team special. And I still think Mike Cantrell, Greg Cox, Steve Wingo. You know, that was to me. That was the best team ever because I played on it. But
Well,
that was one of the best teams.
People ask me all the time, Chris, you've seen Morgan County football, which was the best team of all time. You know, usually there's an argument with about 2 or 3 teams.
Yeah.
But the 83 team has to be the best because of who you beat.
Right.
And you beat
Those
Belfry, you beat Breathitt, you beat
Greenup.
Raceland, you beat Greenup, you beat Rowan, you beat Bath, you beat programs, you beat Lawrence County, you were 8-2, you had just stud players on both sides of the football. And I want to kind of get a little nostalgic here. One of the first times I ever laid eyes on Steve McKenzie was I was a 4th grader. And I'm watching this guy, number 27, my Cougars, because I went to every game and I watched every play. And I love the way you play, but I thought you were an intimidating person. Like out of the football field, I would see him at the elementary school or come to your mom's classroom when I'm a little elementary kid. And I'm like, there's Steve McKenzie. And like, I thought you was like this mean kid or something. And it turned out you weren't until we got to know each other. And then later, you was in college and you gypped me on a baseball card. You traded me in 1960 Lou Mazurowski Lou Burdette, not Bill Blair. You give me a 1960 baseball card for like a Cal Ripken rookie card, and I'm like, oh, I've got a 1960 card, and you just took me, and you took advantage of me. But then we later become best friends. But I'll never forget the time that on Townhouse Road,
Do you want me to
on
give you back that
Hillsfield,
card? Is that why you
gypped me.
had me down here tonight? Is you want me to give you back
I
that
still
card?
have that card.
So
Lou
you want
Burdette.
to reverse the trade? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you gypped me. That card cost $27 at the time, I think, Cal Ripken. But let's talk about it a little bit too. That 83 team, Stephen, saw probably the largest crowd to ever watch a Morgan County football game. The Sorghum Bowl, estimated crowd of around 7,000 people in that little place in town. Every game was packed. On the road, you had literally hundreds to about 1,000 Morgan Countyans.
We were feared.
Yes.
We were.
You would go into the post-game meal restaurant and the fans would stand up and clap for the Cougars when they came into the restaurant with the blazers on. You guys were dressed up on sometimes, I think. Was some of those teams dressed up? So like the whole community appreciated you guys and followed you so much. It was wonderful.
That was something and it's hard to imagine, but people were standing around the football field the entire length and end zones. There was no place to stand where you could see. I mean, there were literally that many people there that night.
You know, Stephen, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Kevin Collins telling one of the greatest stories. If you want to know the hardest that Kevin Collins was ever hit in a football game, you need to ask him
Yes.
what was the hardest
It's a good
hit.
story.
Because it involves McGoffin County's head coach now, John DeRossi, who played for Prestonsburg.
Yeah.
And I'll not spoil it, but you need to ask Kevin Collins about getting hit by John DeRossi. But he does later return to favor.
It was a great team and a great experience, and as listening to you and watching the Cougars on YouTube, obviously from Richmond, and also my grandson's been playing flag football. So a lot of the memories from that time and coming back, and all of the lessons we learned, and all that stuff playing football, and all the friendships we had, and the good times, that's all kind of been rolling back in my head again. So I just wanted to take a little time to say how much I am thankful that Borden County still plays football.
I think one of the last topics we need to talk about needs to get a little bit serious, but piggyback on that 1983 Morgan County football team, because what was a couple of things that we can both say you had? You had administrative support, you had community support, you had family support of these football players. The families supported everybody. And you know, one of the topics we wanted to talk about tonight was the role of athletics in schools and how important is athletics for school districts. And I am from the belief that you need to take your athletics as serious. Not to say more than academics,
Right.
not to say more than life itself.
Right.
But I noticed that the programs in this area that do take it serious and they are supportive, whatever it is, we want a championship level program. They also have championship level academic programs. Look around,
Well, if you're
because it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, you might as well do it correctly. You know, that's the thing. If you're gonna have a program of play football, or play basketball, or play tennis, you need to do that correctly. You need to have good facilities, you need to have a good coach who's responsible, you need to have good uniforms, all the things that are necessary, you know, so that your kids are proud of your program. Just that.
Yeah.
We do a good job of that. And my dad was to talk about, he was in the quarterback club when we were talking. And they built that Cougar game. It was one of the finest facilities ever at the time. And they built it with their own private money, pretty much. I don't know if they got much school money about that. And went and built it themselves. I mean, they took and hammered and nails. And
I'm
saw
pretty
boards
sure
and all
that,
stuff.
didn't Mike Holcomb, Breathitt County's coach, come and really liked what he saw in there, like the
think so.
pride
Yeah.
part, like he took that, he loved the aesthetics of the way the Cougar gym was laid out. And like, hey, Moore County's kind of, they care about football here, because people don't know what that place looked like back in the heyday, because it was an absolute mecca of locker rooms.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Weight room, coach's office, referees.
And that's when you could do that. I don't think you can do that anymore with the regulations and things like that. But back then, you know, it was definitely a community.
And it had a smell, though.
Community effort. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It had a smell.
There was the weight rooms down there. So we had showers. We had a whirlpool, like hot tub.
Yeah, but that's good stuff. But Stephen, what say you on that part of athletics? Talk about the role of athletics, what it did for you, what it did for me, what it does for the youth as far as social interactions. We know that the pressures to win are now, I think, unfortunately, at much younger ages, and I think that's unfortunate, because we put too much emphasis on the winning or losing of youth sports. But we know that at the high school level, it is a business now.
It is. And I agree with you. I think if you're gonna have a scoreboard, you might as well try to win it, right? I mean, you have to win games, and that's what the fans come out and want to see you win. And we all want to win. I'm competitive. I want to win everything I do, whether it's a golf match or
Play a game of risk.
play a game of risk or whatever it is. And I want to win. I'm competitive dude. But you can win. You can learn just as much from the loss as you can as far as the life. You're not going to win most of the games in life. You're going to win. Hopefully, you can win more than half of them, but you're going to lose a lot. And so that helps you. Prepare you for that. Gives you courage,
Effort.
effort, teamwork, and these are all just cliches, but they're real, they're true, and those old cliches are always going to be the same. Now, you mentioned participation. We had a Little League program. Remember our Little League football program? It was not just one team. You know, we had a team from Kansas City, and then we had 2 or 3 local teams, and all those kids got to play. You know, we played 11 on 11 with youth football teams. And we play on Thursday nights and have a good time. We had just an increase of participation. And we had so many players. Bruce would load up 50 players on buses and go 50.
And you know, you talked about the youth, probably the Hall of Fame of Little League football in Morgan County. The one dude that scared me to death was Joey Barker. Joey Barker looked like he was 28 years old at Candle City, and he was so much bigger. And like, I do not want to get hit by this guy. Or I didn't want to get hit by Darren Finch either. And they were so intimidating. Bill Gull had a dynasty over there. Right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Anthony Howard.
Kansas City's we can talk about Kansas City sports. The Cubs and the Mets in Little League. You know, that's those 2 teams in Little League baseball. What about those teams? I was thinking about those teams. Elam Rexall, Freezer Fresh, Mountain Telephone, Travelers. There's Mountain Little Telephone back then.
Freddie Terrell, Brent Terrell. Back in the day, they were.
Yeah, they were good. But who were some of the other Little League teams?
Well, you had the Travelers, which was Bert Holbrook, where they had won like 50 games in a row. Johnny Perry, back in the, you helped Johnny coach because you all manipulated the draft to draft all the best kids, and you guys cheated, and you won 42 straight Little League games in West Liberty.
Going too far.
And they cheated because you got all the best players.
It was what they say about UK.
You guys are a dynasty right there.
We developed players.
You developed players. No, you developed Justin Perry and Ryan Williams, and like you had every athlete in West Liberty like just rolling teams, and you think won 42 straight.
Yeah, it was fun, but I mean, you know, it is what it is.
Oh, now
We'll get on to that.
I don't know. I thought we were ready to end the show, to be quite honest.
No, I do like. Bruce Urban used to say, "I'm a fan of football. I'm not a football fan. I'm a fan of football," and that's what I am too. I love football. I love good close games. I don't care if it's Eastman playing. I don't care if it's Lord County playing. I don't care if it's the Philadelphia Eagles playing. You know, watching a good close game of football is really fun. And if your team loses, you know that's kind of stinks, but so what?
Well, football is one of the closest sports that resembles a game of life, and the one play that's been on all social media all week that kind of, you know, is the play that signifies life is the guy for the Cowboys on the punt, where he's running down the field and he is getting absolutely killed by the gunner, and he is getting pushed down repeatedly, and he keeps getting up without breaking his stride, and he doesn't quit, and he just sticks his hat right in there, causes the fumble, and his team recovers the football inside the 10-yard line.
That symbolizes what it means to be a football player.
Don't give up on life. You don't give up on people. You don't give up on your darkest
Get up here
days.
killing the grass.
Exactly. I was being serious, Stephen.
So Keith Miller, great
Coach Miller.
Coach Miller. Yes. I think every player that plays football remembers their first real big collision experience. So I came out as a 5th grader, this was 5 through 8. The drill was they set the football out, and you had like 3 people in front, and you had to go get the football, and they had to stop you. So I can remember trying to get that football and getting blasted. And here I'm crying, I'm crying, you know, just this little dude, you know, whatever. Coach Miller comes over, you okay? What's hurting? I said, you all right? What's trying to figure out, you know, nothing's really hurting. I said, okay, can you stand up? Yeah, I stand up. So, all right, well, get back in line.
Get back in it, man.
Just get back at it, man. That was it, and that kind of gives me chills to this day.
No
Just
concussion protocols back then.
Just get back in line. I wasn't hurt, you know, but just you know, you okay? Yeah, get back in line, man. I mean, that just, to me, that's the whole thing about.
And it's teamwork, you know.
It is
building a
teamwork,
team.
yeah.
I love hearing Nick Saban talk about teamwork and building relationships, because I think that's what sports does for everybody. It has for my life.
Yeah.
It's been the relationships that I've been
That's
able
huge.
to build.
That's huge, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I see players, former players, I coached for about 14 years at different levels, and I'll see a player like or something. Hey, coach, and I'll say, hey, and
Of course, Steven does it.
I played on that team, you know, man, we were good that year, and I'm like, really weren't that good, but he remembers it that way.
That was
And
what he believed.
That was what he believed. And he talked about how much fun it was to play football.
Yeah.
And to me, it was just like, another season, I was the coach and all, it was fun. But that was something that really meant a lot to him. And that happens all the time. If you play football, you make, like you said, you make connections and friends that last a lifetime. Yeah.
Well, Stephen, man, this has been a lot of fun. I know the Kentucky game has started, so a lot of people, our viewers, have went down because they want to watch the Cats, which we understand. The night before Thanksgiving, we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow. Spend it with the people that you love and eat ham, which is my choice over turkey. More turkey, you say. But I was thinking, man, we've been friends a long time. We've done these things that we do, whether we have one person watching or 10.
Sure.
It's been a lot of fun because we get to connect with people, and I keep reminiscing about some of the great moments of old Real Talk Live. Do you remember when David Bradley was, and I said, "Show us your biscuits, David,"
That's so funny. I'm telling you what.
Racing Honda, and it was not Racing
Yeah.
Honda, it was something else.
Yeah.
The wrong Tyson. But I mean, we get to connect with people, and that's what we've kind of always.
That's why we did that show.
That's why we
during
did
COVID.
it.
That's why we started it, because people weren't connecting. People were just shut down, and that's when I really realized that you probably did too. People need people. We need to talk to one another. We don't need to shut people down. We don't need to get on social media and just see a comment by some robot somewhere that's putting on. It's not even a real person, and get ourselves upset. We need to talk to people about politics. We need to talk to people about politics. We need to talk to people about sports. We need to discuss things, and I think all the headbutting and all the negative feelings about life in general, as it is right now, go away.
Well, one of the purposes of my show was not just to be a one-trick pony of let's talk Cougar boys and girls basketball or just sports only, but I wanted to bring where sports and community meet and bring people in on those relationships. Because you invested so much time here. You was a former Cougar player. You know what it's like. But you know what? There's a lot of people that's been in your shoes. A lot of people from not around here that have stories to tell. And to connect with the people watching or hear that sports and community have a relationship that go hand in hand. And without the two, what are we? Because it brings people together. When we went to the state tournament in 2004, we sold over 5,000 tickets just from Morgan counties that got together. People that probably didn't like each other, liked each other for a few days, and were able to come together I'm for the blue and the gold, and we want all of these communities to feel that way and do that. And I love being able to talk to you and reminisce about old stories, because it's not about my stories, what I was able to do. It's about other people's stories and bringing life to those.
Everybody's got a story.
Everybody's
got a story, and that's what's great about it. My story isn't better than anybody else's. But we always like to tell these stories over again because that was the best times of our lives. Those times back then. So it's fantastic.
Well, man, I tell you what, this has been great. It always is great. I miss you at Woods Bend. I'm getting ready to join you in retirement coming up in May.
That's right.
But man, Woods Bend, those days that you were there in the old crew, man, you talk about a lot of fun. Times have changed a little bit, but
That's great.
but
we
you,
did a good job too.
yeah,
We
it
did some
was,
good people.
that was a lot of fun. I miss it.
Yeah, in retirement, you're going to need something to do in retirement. One of the things I want to mention is I do pool maintenance, and for
Pool guy, he invented the
yes.
swimming pool.
I did. John Brown is my boss and my good friend, and he works for Kentucky Pool Company and making
Give
waves
them a
across
shout.
Kentucky. Yes.
How can they get a
Listen,
hold of Kentucky Pool?
you don't know
Company?
how many people I've spoken to that have just praised John Brown and the job that he does building pools, not only building pools but rescuing pools from people who have built them for them. And I really think that if you're interested in a swimming pool, contact him. He does a really good job.
Kentucky
He's a
Pool
good dude
Company,
too. Very
John Brown,
honest guy.
all over central Kentucky, East
And I
Kentucky.
enjoy that job too. I enjoy that job.
You do a really good job, even though this guy actually took supplies to the wrong house one time.
Keep on. What are you mixing that for? That has nothing to do with anything.
And you scared the people to death. They thought they were
I didn't
being an
scare them to
intruder,
death.
and they were going to call the police.
No, that's not true at all. That's not true.
But you
It
really
was,
did
they
do
were
that.
on a meeting, a virtual meeting, and they had to come to the door, and they were kind of upset. They had to come to the door because I was at the wrong
Because
house.
this guy cannot navigate, like I said in the
That's your
preview,
opinion.
he cannot drive from point
That's-
A to point B very well.
That's your opinion.
It's bad.
I didn't sit in
Just like-
I didn't sit in the Dairy Queen drive-through eating my ice cream and just sit there after you pay either.
Do you want to tell that story before we go?
We were out, you took us out to lunch there at the Dairy Queen one day, and we were getting us a blizzard on the way home, and we were sitting there, and we, got all the blizzards, and gave a credit card and whatever, money, got the money back, and you just sit there, we were just eating our ice cream, and they tapped on the window, and I said, "Sir, can I help you with anything?" And he said, "What'd you say?"
I said, no, we're just sitting here eating our ice cream, holding up the line behind me. I just forgot to leave. We were just, people's behind me at Dairy Queen,
No.
and I'm just eating a blizzard.
Derek Young was the one that was doing, he was cracking us all up with impressions. And
Totally forgot to
Yeah.
put it in go, or drive, whatever you call it.
That's fun times.
Stephen, I think this is our time to sign off, man. This has been a lot of fun.
It has been.
Well,
We'll do
thank
it again
you.
sometime.
we
We'll do it
will.
on the Real Talk Live, maybe on Instagram.
We will. We'll do it from your garage again, or
Yes.
wherever we'll do it, or another
Virtual.
Facebook Live. Steve McKenzie, former West Libertarian, Tonian, whatever you call it, or how do you call it? Morgan County Cougar, my best friend, guy I look up to, tremendous, great deal. We do argue a lot, but nobody I respect more than you, my man. You're the best.
Thanks, man.
Love you bunches, and thanks for everybody coming out tonight. Thanks for Rick Barker, sideline reporter, who actually didn't do any sideline reporting tonight. He failed at his job
Sorry, Rick.
miserably tonight. But
Right there. I apologize.
yeah, Rick
When we
is,
get going, it's hard to get in.
they're
We
hamming it
can't
up.
get three.
They're hamming it up.
Yeah.
Paul and Rick Barker. Thanks to Bank of the Mountains, Ison's Insurance Agency, Commercial Bank, Vicky Oldfield, Paragon Partners Real Estate, West Liberty Vet Clinic, UK St. Clair, and Mi Acapulco Restaurant here in West Liberty. Absolutely fabulous. Stephen, thank you. Thank you to everybody back home. And until next time, so long, everybody. Words of Marty Brennan.